Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Zancath, the Halfling Fighter.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Corgo, the Human Barbarian.
I'm Ashley, and I play Aklep the Druid, a former member of the Burning Mammoth.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts confronted a grove of demonic trees and defeated them, but at a great cost. They decided to head back to the Broken Tusk Following's camp. As they headed back, they let the uninjured Zancath Bramblesong lead the way. But as they entered a hallway they had not yet explored, a strange cold came over Zancath just as she noticed a weird brown mold spreading across the stone surface of the tunnel. And we need to quickly roll for initiative.
Oh, I believe I was stealthing. Can I use stealth for my...
Yeah, if you'd like to, go right ahead.
Not much of a difference, but I'll take it. Well, that was a terrible roll.
Corgo and I are good.
The first thing that happens is, as Zancath steps into that space, before anything else occurs, she takes some cold damage.
Burr.
Wow, that seems... wow, I rolled the maximum possible damage.
That sounds right.
Wow, okay, so I rolled a 6 and a 6 plus 6, so 18 points of damage to Zancath. That was unexpected. But Zancath, as you step into that square you're currently occupying, there's suddenly the feeling that your warmth is being sucked out of your body, and the mold around you kind of pulses a little bit. The mold that's all over the walls around you. And that is the first thing that happens. Aklep, you're the first person to go in initiative, and you see that Zancath suddenly stops and sort of cringes. You're not exactly sure what's going on. What do you want to do?
So I don't know that there's a mold.
You could make a perception check to see what's going on if you'd like.
Okay, I will do that.
All right.
Perception check to see what the heck is going on with Zancath. I got a 15.
Yeah, you don't see what's going on. You're not sure why she's reacting the way she is. It's a strange kind of reaction. She just suddenly stops and kind of, shakes a little bit, shivers. 2 more actions. What do you want to do?
That's a great question. I guess Aklep is going to move forward. Aklep's going to try to, get closer to help.
Okay.
Can I respond non-verbally?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hold out a hand and, palm out, stop, when I hear him moving.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, he will stop.
Okay.
I don't know. Is there any other checks I can do? I feel like he doesn't know what to do. Like a medicine or something? Survival? I don't know.
You don't really have anything to use a skill check on because you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
So you could ready an action?
Sure. I'll ready an action to, fight the invisible creature that's attacking her. He doesn't really know what's going on, so I don't know what he can do.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have any. I don't have any ideas.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See if it's magical.
All right. You begin detecting magic.
Thing.
Is there anything magical here? No.
Okay. Well, that was 2 actions at least, so I did something.
Okay. All right. So you cast Detect Magic, but you don't detect any... Well, I guess... So you do detect that there is magic nearby. Like, you guys are carrying magic items, but you don't detect anything new, I guess?
Okay.
And that's the end of Aklep's turn. Corgo, what do you want to do?
Thanks, what's the matter? Corgo rolls a 12 perception. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, Corgo doesn't see anything.
Corgo's holding a corpse and is busy.
Okay.
And was told to stop, so he'll wait.
He'll just wait? Okay. Zancath, it's your turn.
I'm noping out of there. Noping out of there hard.
Okay.
And I'm leaving. Nope.
So you step out of that area of cold, and the cold sensation immediately goes away.
Nope. We're gonna go the long way. We'll deal with that tomorrow. Nope, that's very cold. I am very, very cold and injured, and we are going to go the long way around now.
Okay. So you take the long way around.
Yeah.
Go through that passage on your right. Do you want me to just move the whole group here just for the sake of time?
We
can't move through that.
Yeah, we've already been through all that area.
Yeah.
So, I unless there's something we need to worry about, just zip us to the entrance, I suppose.
Okay. Yep. So you move down the main passage, past where you rescued the Smilodon cubs, past the vampire bats, which are still on the ceiling, and out into the mountain pass, then down to the clearing where the following is encamped. Unless there's anything you want to do along the way as you make your way through the cave.
I don't have anything.
So as you move into the camp, everything is going on normally, with people preparing dinner, repairing equipment, brushing the mammoths, and so on. But all heads turn to look at you and bow as you walk by, with Corgo carrying his heavy burden. Jonesy and Andreas, Emic comes running up to you, interrupting whatever you were working on.
What?
And she runs straight up to Jonesy and says, House leader, the scouts have returned, but I think you should come see this. Jeanette and Sean, welcome back.
Yay!
Yay!
What were Jonesy and Andreas working on when Emic ran up to them?
We're obviously playing another one of our little stump top games. Jonesy's winning again.
And I have a falcon on my shoulder.
Of course.
I look at... Wait, who came up to me?
Emic. That's the little girl who talks too much and is really friendly with the animals.
Oh, right. Emic, who is the house leader? Who are you looking for?
You're the house leader. You're going to be the house leader.
Right. Of course, yes. Yes. I will get my things. And he starts looking around.
I'm in your house. We're Falcon House.
Yes, I know. I'm learning.
You've got a falcon.
I do, yes. I'm not trading him very great yet, but...
Did you change your mind? You don't want to be the leader?
No. I do. Right, Andreas?
And you know, it's totally up to you, Jonesy. They asked you, so...
Yes, I said yes.
Okay.
Anyways... let's go.
Okay, follow me. So a crowd gathers as Zancath, Corgo, and Aklep move through the camp. Jonesy and Andreas, you see that Corgo is carrying Hrungara's battered body on his shoulders. Corgo, you said you were not interested in a sky burial. What is the plan?
Oh, we're gonna do a like a burning burial.
A funeral pyre.
It's the new sky burial.
You know, they don't usually do funeral pyres because fuel is so scarce.
Yeah, but that shows how much you respect the dead.
Oh, I see. All right, so Corgo's starting his own new tradition. Well, Jonesy and Andreas, you can see them making their way through the camp. Corgo, are you heading for the main fire?
Oh, yeah, if they got a fire going already, see, that solves the problem.
There's usually a fire of some kind going just so they don't have to start a new fire.
But not enough.
Right?
Okay.
But, yeah, there's a main fire going. You could get it going faster. All right, what's everyone doing?
Oh, no, Corgo. Uh-oh. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, Hrungar was really brave, and he ran into a room full of demon trees.
Demons?
Yeah.
What a brave creature.
Corgo, I'm so sorry. Hrungar was indeed a very brave and great cat.
I know.
Desna and Sarenrae will guide Hrungar into the afterlife. We'll pray for him.
That would be great. Yeah. I mean, I wish I stopped him, but, you know.
Well, you do exert 100% control over that creature most of the time, so... No, I'm just kidding.
What? Yeah, I was going to say that.
What?
Mike,
what?
Really, it's Mike's fault.
What? 100%? That's a lot.
At this point, Brahm comes running up, tugging his mother behind him, and says, What happened to your kitty, Daddy? Did you break your kitty?
Oh, yeah. I did, kiddo. I did.
Gonna fix it?
Yeah.
This kid is so insensitive.
I'm sorry. This is broken broken beyond what anyone can fix, I think.
Brom gets sort of a puzzled look on his face and says, "Okay, Daddy, can I help with you? With what are you doing? Can I help?"
Sure, you can gather up all the extra wood you can that we can use for a funeral pyre for Runkara.
Korgo's wife, Ankakoa, leads Brom to collect some firewood to build up the campfire. And people gather around, because at this point, you guys are sort of not quite legendary heroes, but among the tribe, you are heroes, right? You are out in front, blazing the way. So the whole tribe gathers around, and several people want to hear about what happened. Like, they want to hear your story of what you found so far. The various house leaders also make themselves known. Letsua, Argakoa, right? They show up. They want to hear a report. What's been going on? What have you found?
Jonesy greets them with the house leader secret handshake.
Of
Each
course.
them show up.
Right, of course. They've been teaching you the secret handshake, and they do it sort of, the face away from everybody when you do it.
Yeah, you need some bodies to block it.
Block the view.
Yeah.
That's
Andreas has been trying really hard to peek.
Letsua gives you a scolding look.
Yes, Korgo, what happened in that cave? You've been in there for a while.
Is the whole village listening, or is it just the handshake people? You know what I mean?
I think you've got the leaders nearest you. If you wanted to lower your voice so that only they could hear, you could do that.
Zancath is going to step in front of Korgo, unless he stops her, and say, perhaps we would be allowed to deal with our current circumstances, and then a conversation can be had afterwards.
Yeah, Letsua looks at the other leaders, nods. Jonesy, does this make sense to you? You agree?
Yes, I was actually about to suggest it.
Very well. Korgo, sky burial, or you're doing something with the fire? What's going on?
Oh yeah, we're having Grungar join Sister Cinder in the sky.
Not a sky burial, then. Okay, well, we'll step back and let you proceed. So what does Korgo do?
We got all the fuel we need?
Yeah, some other kids help Brom collect some additional fuel, and they bring it to you. Do you want them to just dump it on the fire?
Yeah, sure. We're not fancy stackers yet. That comes in the next 1,000 years.
I bet most of these kids know how to start a fire and build up a fire.
Yeah, and Korgo will place Rungar's body on the flames once it gets big enough, and he'll kind of look around and he'll be like, Jonesy, say like a Sister Cindery thing.
Oh, no. Right, of course, Korgo.
I know you've been studying up and ready for this moment.
I've been studying up on Falcon House, rules and that sort of thing. My prayers to Sarah and Ray continue on a daily basis. If you must know, in the mornings after tea and breakfast, and he kind of starts rambling on for a little bit, explaining what he's doing to ensure that he continues to honor Sarah and Ray. And then a spark of flames kind of bursts out. For a second, he stops and he's like, "Oh yes, of course. All right. Sarah and Ray, please accept Angara, Korgo's most loyal companion, probably the most greatest of all animal companions. He fought bravely. Sorry, I couldn't remember if we had decided if it was a boy or girl, but I think we had landed on a boy. Correct? Anyways, yes, he was a very good companion, and he served his master loyally, and in Sarah and Ray's eyes, I believe that's all it takes, and he will greatly be missed. And Korgo, I am very sorry.
It's okay, Jonesy. And Korgo will put an arm around Jonesy, kind of give him one of those side hugs as he's looking at the flames.
And then Jonesy gives you a full-on hug. None of those side hugs.
I have a question for Aklep. Aklep, how do you react to all this? Especially the fire.
Oh, Yeah, so Aklep is not much of a talker, and Jonesy is giving a interesting eulogy. But Aklep and Grifka are both, I guess, if they can help the fire in any way, like,
Oh, yeah.
they will certainly do that, because I think burning the body will take a little extra fire, so they'll fuel the fire. But they're both really more interested in watching the fire.
That sounds right.
Okay.
They just can't get enough of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they really just watched the whole grove burn, which, if we needed extra fuel, we could have gotten that, but who knew?
You could go back and collect some charcoal.
Yeah.
You all watch the flames. It takes a while for the pyre to die back down and for eventually the corpse to be consumed. What does everyone do after that? It's a very quiet, somber evening.
Andreas will be circling the pyre with his meteor hammer set to sensor mode, so he's in there with incenses and herbs that are smoking, kind of wafting it around, trying to sort of mask the smell of meat and bone, saying prayers as well to Desna to guide Rangara through Boneyard to Sarenrae.
I think Jonesy would probably be kind of mimicking what the other house leaders are doing. He's still not really sure of all of his responsibilities, so he kind of just follows along just to get into the routine. So he'd probably be just doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they're all mostly just observing. I guess Argakoa is quietly humming something, occasionally singing something. But otherwise, they're mostly just observing and sort of letting Korgo take the lead, because this is not how they normally do things. Well, eventually the pyre dies down. Letsua walks over to especially Zancath, I suppose Zancath and maybe Aklep, and says, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you think you're up for it, I think it would be wise to brief everyone on what's been going on. It sounds like it's quite dangerous in there, and I'd really like to hear whether it would be safe for us to lead the following through at some point soon. Could we perhaps call a council meeting?
Of course. I am not sure if Korgo will be up for attending. If he's not, I will speak in his stead, but I will speak to him and see how he feels about that. But yes, call the council.
Very well. Jonesy, would you care to do the traditional council call?
Yes, please.
Yes. House call. Council meeting.
Well
Wait,
done,
it's not
Jonesy. Oh.
House call. Done.
And with that, you gather inside, let's say, Letsua's tent.
Before we go in, Zancath goes to Korgo and tells him if he's not up for it, he doesn't have to go, but they're going to speak to the council.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's fine. I can go.
All right, that's up to you.
Before going into the tent, Korgo will look at all the villagers and be like, "Don't worry, everybody. We're taking care of the cave. It'll be safe." And he gives the equivalent of a thumbs up. And then as soon as he gets to the tent, he goes, "It's really freaking dangerous in there."
Also, I like that you gave this thumbs up while you're practically dead. That's fine. That's you're practically dead.
Yeah, Korgo looks badly injured.
Mm-hmm.
Zancath, you're kind of frostbitten.
I'm a little frostbitten.
Aklep is slightly injured.
All right, well, I'm a little bit rusty, but I'm sure I could do some healing.
I always look like this, though. It's not really like a surprise.
That's kind of true.
You're just going through that stage, the beat up stage, instead of like emo.
Oh, I see.
What's going on in there? What's so terrible? What's so dangerous?
Well, I suppose that the most pressing thing is not within the cave itself, but what lies on the other side of the cave, and that is an adult white dragon.
Yep.
But you haven't even gotten to that point yet, have you? What, give us the rundown here. We're not caught up on the podcast.
Andreas, did you not hear about the white dragon?
Yes, but what's between here and there? You and I have killed a white dragon before. They can handle it.
Zancath tells all the things. Jessica's just going to do it in her voice because it'll be faster. There was a creature that was that wore a Smilodon skin and nearly killed us. That was fun. There's another area where there are some... Ooh, what are they called? I don't remember. The first area that we went to... Lagafors.
The Lagofears.
Lagofears. And we didn't mess with those, but we think we can just avoid them, but we'll figure that out for sure once we've cleared out everything else. Found some treasure, cave paintings, creepy Smilodon thing, altar to, it was an altar, right? To Findara?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or shrine, yeah.
And a shrine. We met a person named Var, is that it?
Vare.
I couldn't remember how to pronounce it. We met a person named Vare who we talked to them about Andreas and Jonesy because she's was part of the whole demon thing.
Which side was she on?
She was like you guys. She was on your side.
She was
Some
anti-demon.
Mendevian Crusader.
Yeah.
Yes, a Mendevian Crusader.
Do you remember anyone named Vare, Jonesy?
Halfling, used a crossbow.
No. Doesn't sound tall enough to ring a bell.
The army was fighting the demons was vast, right? So it would be difficult to know a particular person if they weren't famous.
We don't all know each other, guys.
I didn't assume you did, but you never know.
I did. Why didn't you know everybody?
Well, the following is, let's say, the following is like a handful of pebbles, and the Mendevian Crusade was like a mountain full of gravel.
Oh, whoa. Thanks for putting that into terms I can understand.
I'm learning.
That's really considerate of you.
I've been following some of Jonesy's seminars that he's been getting from the other leaders, and I'm realizing that I can't use my own vernacular all the time.
Huh. Well, I mean, is a vernacular powerful? Can you use it in combat?
Depends. Depends on who you're fighting.
Okay, cool.
Be particularly effective against you.
Uh-huh.
Cool, awesome, I want one.
Got a +2 vernacular.
That's so mean. He just lost Hungara.
Sarkorians.
We met some Sarkorians. They
Now,
were...
actually, I'm going to let Andreas, Jonesy, I'm going to let you make a society check if you want.
Can I? Let me see here.
That's a
I
16.
can. Wait, I'm coming. Oh, I've got a bad society. 17.
You've heard of the Sarkorians before. They're a general group of people that live in the north. There's a broad group. It's sort of like saying Kelids or something, right? So it's not like a specific tribe, but it's a broad group of people that live in the north. So you think probably this, that's a very general term.
You ran into all this in one cave.
It's a very large cave.
Yeah, well, we're not even done.
It's not done yet. We've got more to explore. We were just quite injured.
Yeah, there was like another group in there, a group of cowards. Then we went and tried to save their friend, and that's how Rungar died. So that sucked. The demon trees.
Tell me more about these trees.
And who did you try to save?
There was a person who was being strangled by trees.
Yeah, his name was Udiak. We saved him. I guess I didn't save him, but...
It was a group effort.
Somebody did.
Aklep saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Where did you go?
tainted by evil,
The
corrupted
trees.
by the passage of a demon.
The trees, not
Abyss
Udiak.
warp trees. Yes, it was a guard with the Sutaki tribe. There are still more of them in the cave. We're supposed to look for them.
Yeah, Andreas, if you want to roll any demon lore checks
Yeah, I was
on
just about
any
to
of the
ask.
things they've described, like either the fiendish trees or the creature that jumps into another animal's skin.
So messed up.
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to roll on either of those. I'm just double, triple checking that I don't have anything, any bonuses from leveling up.
Trees carried weapons. It's crazy.
Jonesy's got a +5 to demon lore. He just doesn't walk around telling everybody how great he is at demon lore.
I have a +8.
13.
14.
All right, so on the trees, that doesn't really sound... Yeah, neither of you really knows anything about these trees. I mean, they sound like they're demonic creatures of some kind, but you don't really know anything more specific than that. Do you want to try to roll on the other creature as well?
The Skinwalker, yes.
Yes. Ooh. What? 25s.
With
Nice.
a natural 20 from Jonesy and a 25 from Andreas. Yeah, so both of you recognize a Roru.
Ooh.
And a Roru is also called a hunter demon. They rise from the souls of mortals who, in their lives, mutilated animal corpses.
Oh no.
They wear animal corpses and sometimes attempt to corrupt an entire herd while disguised as animals. It probably fled the closing of the world wound. And just from these descriptions of these creatures, it's pretty clear that this area has some demon infestation.
Yeah.
There's either some taint that has been left by the passage of a demon, or these are demonic creatures that have fled the world wound and are now infesting the area. And then you also know they have mentioned that there are some former crusaders in the area as well.
It sounds like a busy place.
Var also mentioned a necromancer, or I believe corpse-loving tyrant was the particular name.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
we have not encountered them yet, only heard tale.
We're looking for it.
Oh, and there's mold that's very cold.
It's cold.
It's very cold.
Well, we do have an entire herd of heavily furred animals. Perhaps we could have someone shear a sheep and make wool jackets to keep you warm. Would that help?
Andreas, you should be aware that it's possible the cold could be magical.
That was going to be my next question.
I'm not sure if it's magical. That's outside my area of expertise. But it was quite cold, and I avoided it at the time. We will deal with that later.
And demons do have this power, as I've learned from Andreas, of course.
It was a brownish mold, if that should help any. I can't imagine it does.
If you'd like to make let's see, you could make a survival check. If you'd like to try to figure out what this mold might be based on Zancath's description, if anybody wants to try that.
Yeah, now that it's not sapping the cold out of me, I'll give that a try too.
Yeah. Now that Aklep's hearing about it, I'll give it a try as well.
Oh, I shouldn't
Ooh,
even have rolled
okay.
after Aklep.
Aklep got a 29.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Aklep's like, why didn't you say so? So Aklep, you recognize this is a brown mold. It is extremely dangerous if you bring anything warm near it. Because if you bring fire or some other source of warmth near it, it will grow and continue filling more and more of the passage, spreading cold everywhere it goes. The only way to harm it is to attack it from a distance with cold.
Huh.
If you have some way of doing so.
Huh.
Oh, this sounds like a mold that Aklep particularly hates.
For sure.
Sounds like a mold that none of us are equipped to destroy, but figure it out.
I mean, if you have some way of attacking it with cold, it's relatively easy to kill it from a distance. I wouldn't even play out the combat. If you don't have a way to attack it from a distance with cold, then you're going to have to just keep walking around it. But that's a problem because the following has to go through that passage.
We have to go through that. Can we throw chunks of ice at it?
You sure can.
Cool. There's ice in the cave. We'll throw chunks of ice at it next time we go.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Literally, that will work.
That's genius. Okay, so
Snowball fight.
Jonesy, I think something kind of important for you guys to think about is the Sarkorians gave tribute to the White Dragon to pass through. So if you guys could get that together, maybe whatever tribute to a dragon would look like. You guys remember that, right? I didn't imagine it. No?
If you're asking if Corgo is correct, remembering what we recorded months ago, yes.
Cool.
The dragon was hunting some, elk or something, and it spotted the Sarkorians on that cliff, and then flew over to demand a tribute from them, and they gathered whatever they had and offered it to the dragon, and the dragon basically said, well, this will do for now, and then flew off. And the dragon had a weird cloudy mist surrounding it.
Can I roll about the dragon?
You sure can. Although I'll have to take a moment to pull up the dragon's stuff, because I didn't think about that for some reason. I am not smart enough to have planned ahead for that.
Feel like I already rolled
Sure.
that.
As he pulls up his 42-page document about dragons. I'll just roll a demon lore about dragons.
There's no way we would tell them about the dragon. We wanted to keep that secret.
Nah, I started with the dragon.
That sounds like a bad idea.
I think the tribute part's the most important thing, because, that may be... We're not going to fight it, right?
My fear is that we have a very large following coming through those caves. If there's anything left in there that's dangerous, any errant child or a group of livestock that gets separated, they'll warrant to wander right into danger, and then who knows what they might lure into the rest of the following. If we make a tribute to the dragon that isn't up to snuff, or perhaps once it gets a sense of how many we truly are, maybe it will change its mind.
The only thing that we have currently left alive in there is the Lagafers, which, though they are territorial, I don't believe are actually dangerous, unless their space is intruded upon. Now, if we need to kill them, we can, but I would prefer not to.
We'll have the Sataki alive.
What's a Lagafer?
It's a dog-sized rabbit. It's social and territorial. It's not dangerous unless you intrude on its space.
Makes a flammable oil.
And they aren't very dangerous if they are dangerous. They do make a flammable oil. Could be used in combat.
Looks like an otter. Super cute.
And you haven't just recruited all of them to be pets for the children in the following.
Territorial. I didn't choose to intrude on their space, but I could.
Could make good watchdogs.
Could give us oil as well.
Is it possible to move through without disrupting the territory?
Yeah, we think it's fine.
They're off to the side. I believe if we posted somebody there as the following moves through, it would be not a problem, but I'm not sure if their territory connects to the rest of the cave, which we haven't explored yet, so that might change things.
Yeah, Corgo will kind of draw what the cave kind of looks like in a really rudimentary way, and I'll say, yeah, I like the weird fire otters are like this way, and if we go to the left path in the end and get rid of that fungus thing, we'll just go right by them. There'll be no problem.
Andreas, you wanted to roll some kind of knowledge check on this dragon. Is there a particular kind of lore you wanted to apply?
No, I would just use Arcana or Occult or...
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana then.
23?
Nice.
Okay, so with that roll, you think that based on the description, this is probably a young white dragon, maybe close to adult, but not fully an adult yet.
Cool.
It is weird that this dragon is surrounded by a white cloud. That is not normal. They're extremely dangerous, of course, like all dragons. Yeah, they breathe a cloud of frost. They can make claw attacks. They're really good at climbing. They can shape ice and snow. They're really dangerous.
Look, about this dragon. Ultimately, all dragons are pushovers. There's one or two things about any of them that basically makes them roll over like a wet dog. You need to think about whatever element that they are and throw the opposite element at them. So, like those fire otters, just huck them straight at that dragon. They're all territorial. They'll swarm it and just eat that thing to pieces. This cloud that it's got, maybe it can cast a spell or two. It's probably just showing off for these Sarkoris folks. But it sounds like it's not even a very big one, really. Probably like young and a half. I would say you probably wouldn't have even a single problem fighting it.
Or, not that I disagree with Andreas at all. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good plan. But this offering that the others have offered before, you said elk?
Yes.
Yes, it was an elk. They gave the dragon an elk.
You simply stuff a bunch of fire otters into the elk.
I feel like I need to clarify the otters. They're not on fire currently.
I'm sure that Aklep could solve that problem.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Perhaps some turduckens. Those are also stuffed.
So make a Trojan elk. Like it. Let's do it. Aklep loves fire. We got this dragon, no problem. I'm kind of pumped now.
Grifka seemed pretty excited.
Yeah.
Letsua steps forward and says, "Well, let's not get too hasty to fight the dragon. You are, of course, our only scouts at the moment. So perhaps don't go charging in to fight the dragon just yet."
Okay.
I appreciate, of course, your enthusiasm, Andreas. You're right. They'll have to confront it sooner or later, but perhaps they could wait a bit longer and find out some more information. What do you say?
Maybe gain a level or two.
Well, it's easy for you to say, Letsua. You're not getting any older.
Fair point.
Perhaps a scouting mission is what's needed. If somebody could scout through. I mean, obviously
yes.
The rest of the Andreas, the leader of Falcon House, is speaking.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Perhaps if we continue through, obviously we need to scout the rest of the cave. But I think a scouting mission where perhaps we could observe the dragon, see what sort of things it's doing, we might be able to determine what it's interested in. Like a dating app, where you get to learn about people, see what it likes.
And we even have a set of scouts right here in front of us, Jonesy.
Yes.
They could do it.
Good.
We've found a number of cliffs where it would be easy to observe the dragon from relative safety.
Letsua leans over to Argakoa and says, Didn't I suggest that? I thought I said that.
Quiet down, the PCs are talking.
Sorry.
Let Jonesy get his practice in.
Mansplaining.
I came up with it all on my own.
Excellent idea, Jonesy. Excellent. Yes.
We don't want to be too hasty, of course. Andreas is very excited, and, we should take a step back. And again, I came up with that all on my own.
I don't know how Falcon House managed before you, Jonesy.
I don't know either. It's a good thing I'm here.
They had Grandfather Ewa, but let's continue. So, it sounds like you have your orders, scouts. Is there anything we can do to support you? I suppose we'll get you healed up.
Suggestions, not orders. I decided we'll call them suggestions from now on.
Oh, I see.
It sounds much nicer that way, don't you think?
Of course. Our strong suggestion is that you do what the leaders of the houses say, which is to continue to, yes, clear the caves, yes, everyone. And the other council members, the heads of the houses, look at each other and look to Jonesy and nod, and then sort of look to see if Jonesy nods.
He's starting to nod back.
And they nod a little more vigorously.
He starts to nod more vigorously too.
Excellent. Yes.
Through a force of will, Zancath does not roll her eyes, but says yes. That sounds like an excellent plan. I'm glad that you thought of it.
Very well. Anything else? Nakta, the healer, sort of steps up to Aklep and says, excuse me, you haven't had much to add? Any additional thoughts? I know you're not the most talkative one, but anything you'd like to chip in?
No.
Okay then. All right. That's good to know.
Akup looks a little surprised that he was called out. He thinks he was adding tons. He said Sutaki.
Yep.
He said
He said a few words.
Sarkorian. He talked about the tainted evil trees.
Right.
He did good.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Well, then I think we're good. So, scouts, take a little rest, and if you need anything, let us know. I don't think we have any other suitable animals for you. I'm afraid. Gorgo?
Kitten.
What about Rumpy? Rumpy's very good.
Well, I guess the scouts would be able to... They would let Jonesy know that Rumpy is large, and there are some passages in the cave that Rumpy would be almost incapable of squeezing through.
Oh, yes, Rumpy does not like to be squeezed.
How are them Smilodon kittens? They big yet? Come on, guys.
I'm afraid they have not grown from kittens into medium-sized creatures in the past day.
I was going to make a joke. Thank you.
Wait a second. Sorry. How is the Falling supposed to get through the cave if Rumpy can't get through the cave?
Oh, no. So, to clarify, the cave has a main passage that the party is trying to clear that Rumpy could get through. They also have to explore the side passages, and some of them are too small for Rumpy.
Right, of course. Caves have more than one tunnel way through. Yes. Noted.
Maybe you can go get a Lagofear.
Huh. Yeah.
Grifka might explode it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Now, the only problem with those is they were like aquatic. That's why we decided not to make them bring them along, because we're not always by water.
Semi-aquatic.
Owned by the druid.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
I mean, that's an option. You could try it.
Yeah, well, I could just go into I could just go out there in the wilds and find something, just I need enough time. How much time do we have?
That's a great question. You don't exactly know. You know that the burning mammoths are way behind, stuck on the other side of an avalanche, and their main following is way back behind you. So you think you have some time before you really need to worry about the burning mammoths, if that's what you mean in terms of time.
That there is our sacrifice to the dragon. Just wait on these
yes.
guys. They're
Yes.
coming.
Whole bunch of crunchy people.
Wouldn't be smart enough to do anything nice to the dragon. They'd get eaten for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can spend a week of downtime and just kind of go out there, find something. But if the voice in the sky, Sister Cinder, tells me that I need to go on, then I will.
That's an interesting question. Time is somewhat pressing in the sense that you probably don't want to spend a week doing nothing except for looking for your replacement animal companion. But it is up to you. If you wanted to do that, we could support that.
I don't know. If a week is a lot, right, guys? That's a long time.
Yes.
We could have just have Zancath and Aklep do the scouting on their own and leave Corgo to look for an animal.
TPK.
That sounds really safe for me. Yeah, it's fine, right? I mean, surely we cleared out all the really dangerous stuff.
No, there's still the necromancer. I'm sure that will not be easy.
Are we sure he's in the cave? Or is he somewhere else?
Not positive.
Sorry, they're in the cave. I don't remember if he's here or not. All right, well, whatever. I don't need an animal. I got this. Good. It's just my most important class feature, and it's sitting there in the burning of the funeral pyre right now.
Time to respec as a wizard.
Oh man, no, I played enough wizard.
Okay,
I'm liking watching Ashley do all the spell casting.
Poor Ashley.
Hey, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You're doing
actually.
great.
Yeah.
I'm just glad. There's so much pressure when you're the spellcaster. I don't want to do that anymore. I can just be the dumb jock. It's awesome.
It is nice. And you're like, what are you going to do? I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it again.
All right, so the leaders will call the meeting to a close. Is there anything in particular that everyone wants to do for the evening? Jonesy and Andreas go back to their paperwork and ceremonies they have to learn.
Very important. Very important.
Aklep leans into Corgo after the council meeting. He goes,
We've been scouting. Their solution was keep scouting.
Made sense to me.
Typical management.
What did you want them to say?
Aklep shrugged.
Just didn't seem like a real call to action.
Yeah, I think they just want to be informed, And we came back, and Rungar was super strong, so whatever killed it must have been also super strong. Maybe they were worried we'd never get through the cave.
I'm sorry about your cat.
Yeah, me too.
Zancath chooses to set up her bedroll towards the outside of the camp tonight
Okay.
instead of in the middle.
Why is she so lonely?
She's sad, but she doesn't want anybody to see it.
Oh. Aklep's always at the edge of camp.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Although I think that maybe that's because other camps, other tents sort of move away from wherever Aklep is.
Aw.
He's really intimidating. He doesn't even have to say anything, and he's intimidating.
Silent stare. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Corgo's going to go to the funeral pyre and kind of fish out one of the giant canines and make a cool necklace out of it.
Okay.
Nice.
Going to wear that bad
Nice.
boy.
Yeah. Do you want them to scatter the bones?
In a respectful way. He'll wear. Not like, oh, look at my new cool thing.
Yes.
There's a difference. The listener knows what I'm talking
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in memory.
about. Why should they scatter the bones?
Well, they have to do something with them. What do you want them to do with the bones? The bones don't just burn up in the fire.
Right. I don't know. What do you think? What would Sister Cinder want?
Well, you know that what the tribe usually does is sky burial, which means, for the listeners, if you don't remember, that they expose the body on a hill or mountain and let the carrion eaters pick the bones clean. Well, you've picked the bones clean with fire. You could, of course, scatter the bones somewhere, or I suppose you could bury them.
I hadn't thought about this. Yeah, I'm just, the thing for me is I'm just kind of tired of seeing things get eaten. Like, I don't want to watch that, especially something I actually care about. Let's bury it.
Okay.
I guess we could bury it. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, with some help from some other members of the following, maybe you get a mammoth to help sort of dig a rut, and you bury the bones, and maybe erect a little pile of stones on top.
Awesome.
With that, I think we'll wrap up today's episode, and next time you'll have to continue again scouting through the caves, trying to clear them out to make them safe for everyone. Thanks to Sean and Jeanette for joining us.
Yay.
And we appreciate you making an appearance and getting some input from Jonesy and Andreas.
Thanks for having us back.
Always glad to do it.
Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons who get one-shots, commentary, and other cool stuff. Art for this campaign is by Sean Makes, and art for social media, audio production, and music are by me, Mike. Thanks again for listening, and roll on. They let the uninjured Zancath Bramble song leave the way. Leave the way?
It's a new thing. That's what we say now.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what we've always said.
The Smilodon can't see. Me neither.
That's me.
The Smilodon can't see because the Smilodon is, yeah.
We don't have any tokens.
Oh, yeah. You want me to put some tokens on there just so you can see what's going on?
That'd be fun.
How did you end up as the Smilodon for that comment?
I'm allowed to select the Smilodon.
All right, I'm just going to drop some people on here just so you can see what's going
Thanks, guys.
on.
That's pretty funny.
Okay.
Sorry
Oh,
to
wow.
interrupt.
Suddenly you guys are in the tunnel with me. Weird. Sean and Jeanette, after you guys have finished adventuring through this whole area while we've been having this combat, could you tell us what's to the left and up? We haven't been there yet.
Yeah. Well,
treasure.
and
Screenshots
we've been through the little tiny passage, so we can take the tiny passage.
Yeah, take
through.
the tiny passage.
Yeah, we'll go that way. But they're zipping around. It's amusing me.
She's asking them to spy.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're exploring. They can be spies.
Right? We're full health now, right? Can we just...
We're sorry
Yes.
that Mike brought you to here for such a sad occasion.
He did warn us that something emotional had happened. I was not prepared for the heart-wrenching funeral that I had to attend.
Yeah.
And the fact that everybody's sleeping on the outskirts of the camp is quite heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Death is not the end, you guys. Come on.
It's the end. It's all over.
That's it.
It's the beginning.
There's no more.
Corco's, I'm sure, sleeping,
yeah.
within the warmth embrace of his family. But, Aklep is just scary.
Yes, but there is something missing.
I think that's the name of your that ability that I gave you, right? It's like a substitute for a magic item. Aklep is scary or something like that.
Yes, it is.
That's what I thought.
That's pretty cool. Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's on his character sheet.
Does it do something?
It basically gives him the feat that lets you do the demoralize without having to use words.
Oh, yes. Intimidating glare. Yes, you deserve that. That's well earned.
Why, thank you.
And art for social media, audio production, and music are by Mike. I don't know. Is it weird for me to say Mike as though I'm not Mike?
Yes.
It is a little weird.
You need like a
Me, Mike.
music-making pen name that you go under.
DJ
like,
Mike.
DJ Mike Dizzle. Dizzle. DJ Mike in the house.
Oh, we sound
And
so
we got
old.
the soothing sounds of Mike Dizzle.
Oh, he's a soothing dude. Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no air horns.
Just like
Wham, wham, wham.